let's say for this trick, I hand the deck over to the spectator, and they can give it a shuffle. After they're done with that, they would hand the deck back to me, and I would explain to them that I would go ahead and deal a small pile of cards, and all they have to do is just call out stop. So let's say as I start dealing here, they go ahead and call out stop right here. So now So now I would ask them, would you like the card on top of the pile here or on top of the deck here? Let's say they choose on top of the pile. So here's your card. I don't want to see it. Okay, so after that, they would place their card face down back on top of the pile they took the card from, and the rest of the deck could go right on top. So now what I'm going to try to do here is actually get a sense of what your card is. So I'm going to show you all the cards here. If you see your card, don't say anything until the very end. So we would go ahead and actually start that. Okay, so now I would ask the spectator, did you see your card? And I would assume they would say yes. So after this, I would hand the deck over to them and I would have them actually spell out their card. So if they had the ace of spades, they would go ACEOFSPADES, like that. So now the spectator is going to spell their card, and in this case, the Jack of Clubs. JACKOFCLUBS. The Jack of Clubs. So, that is actually going to be the trick for today. So, if you would like to learn how to do this, make sure to stick around for the tutorial. Alright, so before we get into the tutorial here, the deck I'm using really quick are the Seafarers. And I have a deck review video on these cards, so I will go ahead and leave that down in the description in case you want to check out that video. But this is the deck I'm using for today. And speaking of the trick here, I'm actually going to show you a few ways you can go about this. So I always like showing you a few ways you can do one trick, because it's better if you choose a way that suits you better. So let's go ahead and get straight into the first trick here. It's super easy. You can do this with a totally impromptu and borrowed deck. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to start off by having the spectator shuffle the deck, if you would like to. After that, you're going to explain that you're going to drop a pile of cards down, and they're going to call out stop. And this is going to be their way of actually making a selection. Because this is going to hide one move you have to do. It's not even a move, but here's what you're going to do. So I like to drop small groups, maybe 3, 4, or possibly 5 cards down at a time. And let's say they call out stop right here. After they call out stop, you're going to have them choose, would they like the card on top of this pile that you threw down or on top of the deck? I'll go over both ways, but here's when that move comes in. So if they choose the card on top of the pile you actually threw down, You can show them the card and they can remember it, or they can take the card themselves. But while they're remembering this card, you're going to turn around and remember the bottom card. In this case, the King of Diamonds. So you are going to remember the bottom card, the King of Diamonds, and the spectator going to remember the card on top of the pile, the Nine of Diamonds. So here's the first thing you can do. So if they choose the card on the pile and they're done remembering it, they're going to place it face down back on top of that pile. You take the rest of the cards in your hand. So the King of Diamonds is on the bottom, and you're going to put these right on top. So essentially, the King of Diamonds will be right on top of the Nine of Diamonds like this. That is what I did in the performance. Now, if they choose the card on top of the deck here, you can go ahead and show them the 3, and then once they're done remembering it, you place it right on top of this pile and the rest of the cards on top. So either way you want to go about this, you're going to need the king on top of the 9. You could even spread the cards, have them choose one this way, okay? Remember it, and then you could cut the deck like this. Any way you want to, get your key card, the king, on top of their card right here. So let's say they chose the 9, you're going to place the rest of the deck on top. So now what you can do is actually some straight cuts like this, but I don't do those, and there's a reason why. So after you're done with that, you're going to turn the deck face up, and I'm going to show you the reason why I don't do those cuts, but you're going to explain that as you go through the deck, you're going to try to pick up what their card is, and you don't want them to actually say what their card is until the very end, or say if they have seen their card. So you're going to start spreading the deck, but I like to spread in groups of 2, okay? And there's a reason for this. So you're going to show them all of the cards like this, and you're going to keep going until you see your key card, the King of Diamonds. Now, if we look here, we see we have the King of Diamonds right here and the Nine of Diamonds right here. So when I'm able to spread 2 cards, I'm able to see immediately if my key card is right under this card, I know this is going to be their card. Because if you go one by one, like this, you see the 9, and then you see the king. You might have to remember the 9 quickly, and you could actually mess up. So that's why I go in groups of 2. So right here, I see in my mind no key card, no key card, but right here is a key card. So I know this card right on top of it is their card, the 9 of Diamonds. Hopefully that makes sense, but it's a real simple thing. And then, starting at the King of Diamonds, you can spell their card in your mind while showing them the rest of the cards. So you can go in groups of 2 or even 1 at a time, whatever you would like. So I might go, and I, in my head, Neofdiamonds. This last card on the S, the 3 of spades, you want to remember, okay, and I also have my fingers on it. And then I can spread the rest like this. You just want to now remember the 3 of spades, okay? Or in this case, yeah, it is the 3 of spades. So after that, you're going to go ahead and separate the deck now. Make it look like you're just cutting the deck. So you're going to you're going to separate. So their 3 of spades is on the bottom of one half, and then this packet here is in your other hand. Going to drop the packet with the 3 of spades on the bottom first, and then you're going to put that packet right on top. And now you are all set. So if you spell Nineofdiamonds, Diamonds. There's your key card, the King of Diamonds. So now the next card is going to be their 9 of Diamonds. It's a real simple effect. I'm going to go over that real quick one more time, and then I'm going to show you a few other variations you can do. So you're going to have the deck shuffled here, and you're going to drop a group of cards, or you can actually have them select a card. It doesn't matter. So let's say right here, you're going to ask them, would you like the card on top of this pile or on top of this pile? Let's say this time they choose this pile. So they can take off the card and they can remember it, the 7 of Spades. And while they do that, you're going to turn around and remember the bottom card. So in this case, the King of Spades. So after this, they're going to place their card back on top of this pile, okay? Which means that you can place your King of Spades right here, right on top of the 7 of Spades. And now if you would like, you can give the deck a few cuts, but you're going to turn it face up and explain that you're going to go through the deck trying to pick up on what their card is, and you don't want them to say anything until the end. So you can either spread one by one or in groups, but you're going to do this until you see the King of Spades. But you don't want to stop there, okay? So you can spread through. I see the 7, and right underneath it is the king. So I know their card is the King of Spades. So starting at the King of Spades, I'm going to go Sevenofspades. And on this last card, the 2 of Hearts, you can keep your finger on it, and you can also remember it, but you can spread the rest of the cards like this. And once you got to the top, you can ask whatever you like. Did you see your card or whatever? But once you're done, you're going to separate the deck now. So the 2 of Spades is on the bottom of one half, then you have this half. So you're going to drop the pile with the 2 at the bottom, and then put this half on top. So you can hand the deck over to the spectator and they can now spell their card, but you can give them a demonstration first if you would like. So Sevenofspades. And if you see your key card always pop up on the last letter, in this case the S, you know the next card is going to be there, 7 of Spades. So that was actually the first effect. So if you would like to learn a few variations you can now do, make sure to stick around for the tutorial and watch the performance. So let's say for the second trick here, which is really easy as well, the deck can be shuffled, and after the deck is done being shuffled, any card can be selected. Now, I don't want to see the card, so I'm going to show this to you. After this, I would have the spectator place their card face down somewhere, and I would explain to them that I'm going to make around 3 piles here. So now, all the spectator has to do is take their card right here and place on top of one of these 3 piles. So let's say they place it on this pile. So we can go ahead and give this pile a cut. And let's say we go ahead and give the other piles a cut as well. So now I would have the spectator go ahead and point to one of these 2 piles just starting off. So let's say they point to this pile. We can place this on top, and let's go ahead and leave this one on the bottom. So now I'm gonna deal some piles of cards here, and I'm just going to see by rearranging the deck if I can actually find your card. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So I can show the spectator that I'm just going to start off by dealing the cards like this, and I'm going to see if I can actually find their card. Okay. And we'll deal the rest out here. Okay, so now what I have to do is actually rearrange the deck. So I'm going to set it up in a new way. Okay, so now I'm going to try to find your card. So your card is the 8 of spades. No? Okay. That means your card is the Queen of Diamonds. Quee. Oh, that's not your card. What was your card? The 4 of spades? Fourofspades. The 4 of spades. So that was actually the second effect here. So that's a nice variation of the first effect. So let's go ahead and actually go over how this one is done. So starting right off, you can have the deck shuffled, and you can have any card selected you would like. So let's say they select this card. So while they are remembering this card, in this case, the Queen of Spades, you are going to remember the bottom card, the Ace of Diamonds. After that, the Queen can get turned face down, and all you're going to do is make 3 piles now with the deck. You want them to be pretty even, because it's actually going to help you out. So let's say right here, so all you have to do is just keep track of which pile has your key card on the bottom of it. So they can actually take their card and they can place it face down on any one of these piles. So if they place their card on top of the pile here with your key card, all you have to do is actually cut the deck to get your key card on top of that selection, okay? So if you cut that pile, you're then going to cut the rest of the piles just for consistency. Well, let's say they take their card and they place it on here. What do? You're just going to take the pile with your key card and place it right on top of their pile, and then you're going to place the other pile on top as well. So in the performance, I actually placed the card on top of the key card pile, then I cut all 3 piles. Let's say in this case, we place the card on here, meaning the key card pile will go right on top, and then this pile I put on the bottom. Now I had the spectator choose which one of the 2 piles to do, but you can do this all by yourself. So now you know that actually underneath your key card, the Ace of Diamonds, is going to be their Queen of Spades. So you're going to start off by dealing a few piles, and I like to get about 3 piles dealt before we actually run into their card. So for the first pile, I deal about 5 cards, okay? But you don't have to. Because you know their card is going to be about somewhere in the 20th position down or more, you can deal about 5 to 10 cards. And then I might deal another set of 5. I might deal another set of 5, maybe add a 6. And now I'm going to look for the key card, but of course you don't have to. So I see right here is the key card. The next card I deal, in this case the Queen of Spades, is going to be their card. So what I'm going to want to do, actually, once I see the key card, is move on to the next pile once I deal their card, okay? So here's what I mean. So you're going to start dealing like this. You're going to deal again. You see the ace of diamonds. You know the next card is going to be theirs. So now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the next pile, leaving the queen of diamonds on the top of the pile. You're going to deal a few. And now you're going to deal queen of spades. It's real simple. I'll go over that one more time. So you're going to deal a few cards like this. Jump over to the next pile and keep dealing until you see your key card, the ace of diamonds. Now, when you turn over this card, you see the queen of spades. You're going to remember queen of spades, but deal a few more, but not too many. But now, for the next pile, you're going to deal the queen of spades. Okay, so that's why you want a lot of cards left over. So in your mind, you can go Q, U, E, E, N, O, F, S, P, A, D, E, S. And then the rest of these can be dealt just like this. So that's the only move you're going to do, and it's really simple. So now you're going to stack up the deck. So the first pile you're going to pick up is the spelling of the Queen of Spades. Queenofspades. You're going to pick up the pile with the Queen of Spades at the bottom. So you're going to take this Queen of Spades pile and you're going to place it right on the bottom here of this Queen of Spades spelling pile. And then it doesn't matter with these piles how you stack them on the bottom. You don't want to do it on the top. But now the deck is actually all stacked and ready to go. So you can go ahead and do whatever you want, but I like to cut and say, is your card the Jack of Hearts? So I might say, okay, your card, the Jack of Hearts, and they'll say no. And then I can go ahead and I can spell any card I want except theirs. So I might start spelling, okay, that means your card is the ace of spades. So ACE. If they don't stop you, you can say, oh, your card was the ace of spades, wasn't it? If they say no, you can say, oh, what was your card? And you can proceed that way. But if you do spell ACE and they say no, you can be like, oh, what, the ace of spades wasn't your card? And then you can carry on with the same pattern. So in this case, we know their card was the Queen of Spades. So they can spell Queenofspades. And right here is the Queen of Spades. So that is actually the second effect. It's a really nice variation. So I'm going to go and I'm actually going to show you one more variation. And I just came up with this variation while just playing around. So I'm not going to claim this as an original, but I haven't seen this anywhere else. But it does use a nice principle you can use for a nice ACAN effect for a beginner. So I might go ahead and show that ACAN effect in another video, and just keep this video dedicated to the spelling part, if that makes any sense. So I'll do a quick performance, and then I'll do the tutorial, and that will be it for this video. So let's say the deck is shuffled here. And we have a card selected. So let's say in this case, this is your card. Go ahead and remember this. So we can take back your card and we can actually lose it somewhere into the deck just like this. So all you have to do is say yes or no now. Was this your card? No. Was this your card? No. Okay. What was your card? And in this case, they would say the 10 of spades, and I would spell TENOFSPADES. The 10 of spades is not the 10 of spades. But here, since you actually chose the 10 of spades, how about you go ahead and you spell 10 of spades? So I would hand the deck over to the spectator and they would spell TENOFSPADES. And right here next to the jack of clubs is the 10 of spades. So that is actually going to be the trick for today. If you would like to learn how to do this one, make sure to stick around for the tutorial here. So this one is actually real simple. It does involve a move or two, but I'm going to leave all of those videos linked down below. So starting right off, this can be a borrowed impromptu deck. You're going to have it shuffled and then you're going to have a card selected. And it's better if you don't look at the card, but you can if you want. So in this case, the 8 of spades. And all you have to do with this 8 of spades is actually control it to the top of the deck. So I did my favorite control, which was a false overhand shuffle. So I'm not going to teach it because I have a whole video on it already. So I will leave that down below. And I will also leave some card control videos down below as well if you want to learn any of those. But after you do that, you can go straight into the spelling part, or you can do something optional, which was a double lift. So once you control the card to the top, I did a double lift and I just asked, was this your card? They're going to say no. And then I show the bottom card. Is this your card? And they'll say no. Keeping in mind their card is on top. So I will leave some double lift videos down below as well. But after that, you're going to go ahead and you're going to spell whatever card they say their card is. So their card is the 8 of spades. So when you ask them what their card is and they say the 8 of spades, you can go EIGHTOFSPADES. Make sure you spell the whole card and then turn the next card over and leave it face up. This will do two things. Number one, this will show this isn't the card. And number two, this will also mark now that the 8 of spades is going to be right at the bottom. So if you controlled it to the top and you did everything right, this next deal shouldn't mess it up at all. So you can say, because you selected the card, how about you deal? So now they can deal EIGHTOFSPADES. And they can turn over this card and they can show the 8 of spades. So, those were the effects for today. I hope you really enjoyed these. If you did, let me know down below. Which one's your favorite effect? Which one's your least favorite? Have you ever performed any of these? Do you plan on performing any of these? Just let me know that. And probably for the next video, because I mentioned the ACAN effect, I'm going to teach a few ACAN in that video. Okay, so that should be uploaded tomorrow, which would be a Sunday. So I hope you really enjoyed this. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time with a few ACAN effects. Bye.